In this episode of OSFirstTimer, Diana will be playing around with TinyCore Linux 4.2 and later on destroying it, as suggested by one of our Patreon supporters known as Rias, back when our Patreon was still operating. So be sure to go check out his channel. Anyway, will this one be a walk in the park or will the files be a little more persistent than we expected? Keep watching to find out. Okay, here you are on the desktop of TinyCore Linux 4.2, which was released in December 2011. Now, TinyCore Linux is known for how small it is. I mean, this whole operating system is somewhere around 12 or 13 megabytes, and that is extremely small considering the fact that, as I said in my first video, when you last tried TinyCore absolutely ages ago, it's actually, Firefox is bigger than this operating system, or one web browser is bigger. It's about like 20-something megabytes.
So that means you could use it on a really cheap, low-power computer.
Yeah. Anyway, today you are going to be destroying it, but you've destroyed Linux so many times. I mean, you've opened the terminal, RMR it. Like, you've done it. You've overdone it. So this time around, I'm going to use this video as a chance for you to actually customize TinyCore Linux, because last time you tried it, we didn't really even get to show what TinyCore Linux was about. You just kind of got into it. It was this barely usable operating system. TinyCore Linux is about having a tiny core, then you add the programs you want to it, so that you've got no bloatware and stuff. That's what it's all about.
No bloatware.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I wish I could get rid of some bloatware.
So what you're going to do is you're going to try to destroy the appearance of it. You want to try and make it look completely different to what it is now, okay? See how it's like this? So you're going to be installing a different window manager. It comes with the Fast Light window manager, but you're going to be installing the Ice Windows manager. So have a little go. You've got to try and find a program that allows you to get more programs.
Oh, okay.
Program that allows you to get more programs. Where is a program full stop?
Oh, okay.
Any program
so down
right now.
Here,
So it says what they are: exit, terminal, apps audit, editor, control panel, app browser,
okay, that could be it.
run program, or mount tool.
Yeah, it's this.
So this program will allow you to get more programs for this operating system.
It's the equivalent to an Apple's App Store.
Kinda, yeah, it's similar to that, but a lot more basic looking and very text-based rather than graphical. But anyway, first of all, you've got to kind of connect to their server. How do you think you might connect to their server to start it off so you can see everything?
Connect.
Okay, a list of programs has appeared down the side. Now you're looking for a program called Ice Window Manager. Now let's say you didn't want to go through this entire list of programs. You can just have the word ice in there and that can help you find it. And down the side it's limited you to 4 things. IceCat, which is a Firefox clone. And there's a few...
IceCat.
Yeah, and there's... Well, you can click on it just to confirm that I'm not tricking you. That. Just click on it and it'll tell you a little bit about it, see? The IceCat web browser, you see?
An author, Mozilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Community.
Anyway, we're going to go over... You want to try and get the IceWM.tcz, which is the actual, you know... Okay, and there it is, and it's saying it's a window manager for the X system. How do you think you'd install it?
Double click. Connect.
You've already connected.
Well, I want to connect to this one, though.
You've connected to their server. Here is the program. Now, this isn't extremely... You did it. So right now it's installing it, okay? So it's downloading it and it's going to install it. So it's just downloading all the dependencies like font config and all this lib stuff. You don't have to worry about that. It does it for you.
As long as it knows what it's doing.
It knows what it's doing. It's basically, you want the Ice Window Manager and it goes, okay, but for that you're going to need all these things. We'll just deal with it and you don't have to worry about knowing about all this stuff. But so it's just downloading all of that stuff. So that's a window manager. Look at the top of the window here. See the buttons on the top? What do you notice? What buttons are there? Close. What other buttons?
Trying to think.
So the X.
Oh yeah, minimise,
and then there's 2.
Expand, make it skinny, and then close.
How about you click on those 2 middle buttons and see what they do? So what does that one do? That first.
Well, that's minimise. That's maximise. Make it skinny. Maximise.
That just makes it long.
Oh, well, the other one makes it tall and thin.
Yeah, you can click on it if you want. That makes it full screen. Now untick the other one. And that's just if you want it tall. You get what I mean?
So that's the way.
Right. That's the way that works.
So you can use those 2 at the same time.
Yeah, you can use them at the same time.
So to maximise it, you really need to use both of
at the
those.
same time. But wouldn't you rather just have one maximise button?
Well, you can have it wide, or you can have it long, or you can have it really big, wide, and long.
Anyway. enough about talking about window sizes. Let's now reboot this now that you've installed the Ice Window Manager, and see what it looks like.
Okay, so rebooting.
So you first of all want to get out of this program.
So let's get out of it.
And you want to reboot now? How do you think you reboot?
Well, it would be in here then, but we'd go to reboot. Okay.
Fantastic. And now the operating system's going to reboot, killing all processes, terminating all processes, unmounting all the file systems. See, it's a very G-rated process.
Now, I don't consider anything using the word killing as G-rated.
And boom, we are up and ready. Now, what do you notice that's changed? You've installed the Ice Window Manager. Mm-hmm. There's a change.
There's up here. Oh, there is a change. I was going to say the mouse doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
How
and apparently that's a favourite application.
So that's almost looks like a start button. Then you can click System Tools, and you kind of got like all your programs like that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just say you wanted to add a few more programs to this, okay? So let's go to the bar at the bottom and add some programs that you commonly would use. We're kind of customizing this and building it a bit up. Like, remember how Arch Linux was very basic and then you kind of build it up? That's what we're going to do with this. So think of a program. What's something you use on your computer all the time?
Oh, I use the Word.
A Word? Okay, you can go grab
Word.
Abby Word. Maybe not get the dev version, maybe get the normal version.
Why don't they just have the proper version there? Why doesn't it just say Abby Word proper version? So that you know exactly what to get.
Just look for Abby Word without all stuff after it. So Abby Word 2.8.tcc.
Oh, well, this one. Oh, but there isn't any Abby Word.
Just get one of them. As long as it doesn't say dev or doc or plugins at the end of it. Just get a normal Abby Word.
I'll just get
not
that.
a dev or a doc. So that's Abby Word, and you can also see how big Abby Word is. It says size 6.9 megabytes, which is once again quite small. When you think about Microsoft Office, it's hundreds of megabytes. You know, this is a very, very small.
But this would obviously have less features.
Exactly. It
So
would
that's
have a few less features. Oh, and by the way, because you got a new window manager, what do you notice about this in general? Buttons at the top. The bar at the top is no longer this thin blue. It's a larger window. This window manager by default
has the minimise, maximise, and
right.
you can't then choose between the long and the tall.
Yeah. So it's just this.
It's just maximise.
It's a bit more simple. This is actually an older version of the Ice Window Manager. The reason I got you the older version is because the newer version of Ice Window Manager doesn't actually work with the new versions of this operating system. That's why you're using the 2011 version of this rather than the more modern 2017 version of this, because Tiny Core Linux is still going today.
Okay.
It's just I find this particular window manager a little bit buggy under it. But anyway, go ahead, let's get some more programs going. Let's make this yours. What's something you use?
Well, my emails. I go to my emails.
But how do you go to your emails?
I've got a special icon on the screen which I press, and I go straight to my emails.
Okay, I've set you up a Firefox link to your emails.
Yeah.
But what program do you use to go onto your emails? What program is it?
Oh, the internet.
The internet, a web browser.
But I thought that Ice thing was also a variation of...
Oh, you didn't install IceCat. If you want to install IceCat, you can, but you can also just get Firefox if you want to be a bit more at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just install, you can type in the word Firefox.
I actually use Chrome.
Okay, this might not have Chrome, but you can always check. So just type in the word up there that you're interested in and press enter, and if it doesn't appear, which I didn't think it would, there's no Chrome. So type another thing.
You know what? Let's do IceCat.
It would be extremely similar, but okay.
Yeah, you know, I want something different.
IceCat's one word, just like Firefox is one word. Okay, there you go, IceCat, so you can install that. Look at the list of programs, scroll down, click on them and see what they are.
Something that looks interesting. Air cracking.
Air crack. It's not air cracking, it's air crack. What, when you hear the word air crack, what comes to your mind?
A few things.
Like what?
Cracking air.
Well, that is actually what it is. It's kind of auditing tools for wireless networks, to quote the description directly.
Okay, well,
so
I
it's
don't
kind
need
of
that.
Some people can use that system to do things they shouldn't usually do. Anyway, maybe use the bar to scroll down, because this is, otherwise you get all the A stuff.
Cherry tree. I love cherries.
Now, what is that?
I don't know.
A note-taking application featuring rich text. Interested?
No. You said it didn't have Chrome.
Chromium.
It's got a Chromium browser, which is similar.
Yeah, it is similar. It is very similar.
So there you go.
It didn't have just pure Chrome. Who would want clutter?
Clocky what?
Oh no, that's the thing. An analog clock for the terminal. Yeah.
And what's a clutter thing?
An OpenGL-based interactive canvas library.
Oh, where you look at what? Paintings?
I don't know. You may as well just go and grab it.
Sounds interesting.
Just go and get it.
Yeah, sounds interesting. Dead beef.
I don't know what dead beef is. Click on it.
Well, that's what you make hamburgers from.
Ultimate music player. Well,
But I wish they didn't have the dev version. Put the proper normal versions of things there. Why have all these?
Let's just pop a game in there, just so it's just some other random type of application. Okay, so what's now happening is you're noticing things are going into the bar. That's enough now. I'd say we're pretty much done with, grabbing stuff.
Okay.
Don't press X though. Now look in the bar at the bottom. What do you notice? What popped in there?
That thing.
Ice Cat.
Ice Cat, yeah.
And it's an actual cat.
Abby Word.
And Abby Word, yep, that's right.
Yeah, just those.
And where else would it be?
It would be up here.
And applications. And so the programs you've been getting are there. Let's try and customize this even more to the point where you wouldn't recognize that it was the original Tiny Core Linux. And OpenTD installed as well. And there you go, there's a game there. See, running like that. See, so you can just install the program.
Well, if you full screen that'll look totally different.
What do you mean?
Well, the operating system will look totally different.
No, that's not a matter of it looking totally different. That's just, well, it looks different now because you've got that bar at the top and stuff.
That looks really cute, actually.
Yeah.
What is the
point of that game? You're basically trying to build a transport company so that all the people can get to work and all the resources and the city can grow larger and evolve over time.
It's already large. Look at all the...
No. It starts off a lot smaller and you unlock new trains and planes and stuff like that as time goes on. That's all I know. I've never played it before. Now, see where it says apps sorted here? Mm-hmm. If we go into here and go into on boot maintenance, the bar at the bottom, so these are all the things that when you boot up the computer, these are going to be added, right? So that you can start using them. So what's booting up? You've got the W bar, which is the thing at the bottom. You've got the Ice window manager pops up. You've got Abby Word, Ice Cat, OpenTTD, and you got Clutter. I didn't even know you got that, but okay. So you got those things. Now let's just say something that kind of makes you remember that this operating system is the W bar. So let's say you wanted to get the W bar so it didn't kind of boot up anymore. How would you get rid of it?
The W bar.
Yep, so those are all the programs that boot up. How would you get rid of it? There we go, you just got rid of it. So it won't, when you reboot this computer, it won't appear anymore.
Okay.
So we're just going to quickly reboot. So now as this boots, what do you notice?
Oh, the bar at the bottom.
The bar at the bottom is gone. And let's say you wanted that bar at the top to be at the bottom. How would you get that bar at the top to be at the bottom?
You grab it.
Do you think you'd grab that part of it? You can see the programs there.
Yeah, or maybe you just grab the programs.
Let's say you just wanted to grab the whole bar. Oh, well, there you go. You got Abby Word up. Okay, but let's say you want... No. Let's say you just wanted that entire bar at the bottom. Pretend it's a taskbar.
System tools. Oh, wait a second.
You're on the right idea when you're saying to drag it, but what part of it do you grab? Are you going to grab the start menu when you drag a bar? It's almost like saying, if I want to drag you somewhere, am I going to drag you by the eyeball?
No, I hope not.
So what part of you am I going to pull to drag you somewhere?
I can't seem to pull any of it. It doesn't want to go. It wants
you
to
keep
stay
grabbing
there.
it by the eyeball. If you want to get someone, do you grab them by the head or do you grab them by their body? I don't know how this turned into a conversation about grabbing people by their body, but come on, you keep grabbing people by their head. Now you're pulling their eyes out. Imagine that was their head and you want to stay far away from the head. That's the head. The word IceWM is somebody's head. Imagine that is somebody's head.
You can't even get rid of this thing.
But stop grabbing the head.
Maybe that...
Now you're going down to their neck, but what do you want to grab? You don't want to grab their neck, you want to grab their body.
Well, whatever comes with me.
The body is the biggest part. The time is their feet.
So that's their feet.
You don't want to grab them by their feet, you want to grab them by their body. What's the biggest part of the bar that you can see? What part of the body is a person usually? Yes, the middle of it. Anywhere in the middle, not any of the buttons.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to drag a bar up or down, you just grab it by the middle. You get what I mean?
But I thought that would put them as little icons there, but it hasn't.
No, so that's the actual bar. So you grabbed the bar or the panel, whatever you want to call it, and you brought it down to the bottom. This is looking a bit more Windows-like, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Because you kind of got a bar at the bottom.
Start menu type thing.
Yeah, and when you open programs, you'll see they appear in the start menu. Just to make this even more Windows-like, put a Windows 95 background on this. So go on the internet, find a Windows 95 background, and set this as your background. And then it'll look really, it won't even look like, the original Tiny Core Linux anymore. It'll look quite different. So what's your web browser? Your web browser is...
IceCat.
IceCat, that's right. Which should look pretty much similar to Firefox.
Well, what's this down here?
Oh, that's just system stats. It kind of monitors your CPU load and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Oh, look, it's really using a tiny bit there.
Yeah. You're going to search for a Windows 95 background. Does this now feel like an easier to use operating system to you? A bit more familiar than what TinyCore initially was?
Okay.
And that's the kind of mistake. When you first judged TinyCore all those years ago, it didn't have a web browser, it didn't have this or that. It's because you had to customize and bring those things. You were just basically using a blank operating system.
Yeah, I know.
So now you're kind of seeing how it's really quite customizable.
This one. Love the way they call it wallpaper. Could you really imagine wallpapering your whole house with that?
Okay, so you're saving the file now. Where do you think you'd save it? You went straight to file system. How do you even know?
Just seemed logical.
Okay. Well, anyway, now where you're going to save this now is a little bit complicated. So what I want you to first of all go, before you save this, because you've got to save it in a special location for the background, so don't click save or anything.
Yeah.
First of all, I want you to kind of go to a control panel, completely away from, don't press X on this, just keep this saving window up on the screen, and find out where you save the backgrounds to. So find the control panel, that's a terminal.
Well, it should be the control panel. That's not a control panel.
No.
Wait a sec. System tools, control panel.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, and where do you think you change the background from the control panel?
Wallpaper.
Yep, there we go. And now it says background image, install images from OPT/backgrounds. So now coming back to where you're going to save this, so OPT/backgrounds. What folder here do you think you'd actually install this background to?
OPT, this one.
Yep.
Backgrounds.
And now, yep, you can save it now. So if you now go back and click wallpaper, because you've saved the file onto the computer.
It would be there.
And how are you going to set it now as a background image?
And center. Oh no, full.
How are you actually going to set it as the background image? So it's saying, do you want a solid color or gradient, or do you want a background image? Where do you think you'd actually set?
Well, I don't want that.
So these are the colors. So
Solid
this whole
color.
area is a colors area.
Yeah, so I don't want colours, so
No.
I untick that. But it doesn't let you untick it.
You choose one or the other. So what's the other option? You've got this option, a solid color or gradient, or you've got background image.
But I can't see background image. Oh no, up there.
There it is.
Oh,
there you
okay.
go. And now you can kind of set your Windows 95 background. But where do you, you haven't selected a file. Where do you select the file? Very close. Remember what the file was called? It's a JPEG file.
Yeah.
But where do you...
Oh.
Okay, so you've selected a background and...
Well, can I just say something? If
Yeah.
it's the only one there, can the computer just at least have common sense as to think that, well, that's the one you're going to select? You got no other choices.
Well, you can tell them to add that as a feature, and then how do you finally set it? So you've selected it and done. Now you can close all the windows and see what it looks like. It's saying, are you sure?
Yes. I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't sure.
There we go. So now things are feeling very different. Does this feel like the original operating system that you kind of...
Yeah.
What? It does?
No, it feels like the original operating system that I started when I was at work.
Oh, okay. No, I kind of meant, does it feel like the original operating system that you initially started with at the beginning of this video?
Not at
It doesn't
this
feel like
video.
TinyCore anymore,
No.
does it? You simply changed the window manager to IceWM. You've just moved that taskbar that comes with the Ice window manager down to the bottom, and you got rid of the W bar, which is that kind of dock thing that appears, and changed the background and added your own programs, and it kind of feels like completely different to how it initially was, doesn't
Completely.
it? Okay, so now you are gonna do the classic destruction. You are now gonna destroy this operating system. Now, to destroy it, just do your simple, you delete files and stuff like that. But what do you usually need in order to be deleting files? Let's say you're not gonna use a terminal, you want to do this graphically. How do you delete files? You open like a file browser, don't you? So it doesn't come with a file browser that allows you to browse through files. So all you're gonna do now is go to the app browser and you're gonna get, I'll just give you one, XFE. It's a very well-known kind of file browser that's nice and lightweight, so you can grab that. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there going through the application going, I wonder which is a file browser, because they include
Well, do
so
I
many
get the common one, the locale one, or the TCZ one?
Generally, just get that. They're all TCZ. You just get the one that doesn't have anything after it. Generally, that's the best way to go. Okay, and you can install it. See, X-File Explorer. It is downloading.
Well, I just would have thought you'd get the common one. So is this one that most people don't get?
Look,
most people get that one. That's a common one. But this one's not that common.
No.
Is that what it is?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I just usually get things without extensions to it, okay? Anyway, you can close it now, you've got it. You can open XFE and try and destroy everything.
Super user. Well, I'm a super
So
user.
super user means with extra permissions, basically. So you're allowed to delete things that you wouldn't usually be able to delete.
Well, that's me.
Don't press X. There you go. So now it's warning you. Anything you do here could be potentially devastating.
But that's what we want.
Exactly. So your goal here is you're going to try and delete...
Where does it actually warn you that it's potentially devastating? I can't see the word potentially devastating.
No, it warned you initially. It just said warning you're running as root.
Oh, okay.
What do you think warning you're running as root means?
I just close off all those things.
Okay.
I don't read them.
Well, those are usually all the warnings. This
Okay.
is trying to be less in your face. So you are currently in what you'd call the home folder. As it says, it's lit up on your side.
Yeah.
You've got your whole hard drive there, and these
Yeah.
are all the files on the hard drive.
Okay, well, let's go to the root.
There's
and
nothing in the root.
Oh, why?
Why? There's a lot in the bin
Well,
folder.
let's put it in the bin. Oh, wait, is the bin the bin? Is the
Not really. Bin doesn't specifically mean bin.
Because I'm thinking if it's already in the bin, then we should put all of that into that.
Yeah, bin doesn't generally mean it's an actual trash can where files are deleted
Trash.
and go to.
No, so I want to get all this
Just before
and
we...
put it in there.
How do you think you'll just delete a file? Like, start it off simple. How do you delete a file?
Right click. It won't let me delete.
There is an option that's similar to delete.
Move to the trash.
Just try that one more time and see if there's anything, like that looks like you'd actually delete it. It was quite similar.
Oh, edit it.
No.
Cut it.
No.
And then never paste it.
You always say that. Unless you paste it, it's never cut. So you can click cut, but it doesn't actually
But it
really
doesn't.
cut it.
Normally when you cut things...
It goes faded a little bit, but...
Not on Word, it actually disappears.
Yeah, but on files it doesn't.
So
it
it's
doesn't
gone.
get rid of it. No, on files it'll just go light until you paste it somewhere, but it never
Move
does
to
anything.
trash.
Yes, that is right. Move the
Okay.
selected item to trash. There you go,
Okay.
and that went to trash. So what else are you going to put in the trash?
The cat.
The cat. So the cat is going to the trash, and what else?
The echo.
The echo. You can imagine the cat. Meow, 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 and even the echo goes into the...
Busy box.
Okay. What do you think the busy box is?
Or something where busy things are happening in that box.
Okay, and what else do you think deserves to go in the trash?
Dump map.
Dump map.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move it there because it just sounds silly.
It's right protected. See, it's trying to warn you. It's right protected.
Put that in.
Ash. So ash in the trash.
Ash in the trash.
Got the ash in the
'Cause it
trash.
rhymes.
Now, this is quite slow deleting one thing at a time. You're in the bin folder right now. How do you think you just delete the whole bin
I
folder
know.
rather
You just
than
go
deleting
to the folder.
the whole folder in the trash?
Move to trash. Okay. Okay, so it's all in the trash. So what's left now?
All of those folders.
Well, you know
at the
what?
side.
Let's just get rid of all of them. Move to trash.
Do you think there would be a way to kind of select all of them at once and just put them all in the trash?
Probably, but I don't know how to do it.
Let's just see how fast you can do this. Press OK. See how it's 15, 16, and it just clicked over to 17? Before it gets to 18, so you've got 57 seconds, see if you can delete all of them. Here we go. This is the delete challenge. You missed it. Oh, actually, I click OK. Actually, you're deleting everything now.
Well,
that
there
was
we
actually
go.
better. Because you clicked on that top thing and it's now trying to delete everything.
No, it's
okay,
not.
keep going. Just keep clicking OK. Maybe just keep pressing enter on the keyboard.
No, I don't think that's
Maybe
doing
just press
anything.
cancel.
That's not doing anything.
Well, at least you got rid of some of the stuff. You've got 10 seconds left to get rid of the last things now.
Look, I'll just get rid of what I can in that time, and then surely it's not going to boot.
Okay, and boom. You're not allowed to delete any more stuff
Okay.
now. You ran out of time.
I
Now
should
let's
have deleted the root thing.
Let's see now if you can boot.
Do that.
By the way, what do you think about this operating system in general?
I like the way it's lightweight and that you can then customise it with
I mean, it
exactly
looks-
what you need.
Yeah, completely different to what it started off with.
I can see the advantage of using it on a computer that's not very high power, and it won't slow the computer down.
Exactly. Now,
Restart IceWM. So it's
no, not IceWM, the Ice Window Manager. Now, unfortunately, you deleted the program that allows you to shut down the computer. You know how you usually go to shut down?
Yeah.
You deleted that. We're going to now simulate you turning it off by their power, like at the tower.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. This is just pretend you've pressed the power button. Now the computer's turning back on, and let's see what ends up happening. It's starting up. It's trying. Checking for extensions.
But I've deleted them all.
It's taking a while.
Because there's no extension.
Oh, no, it
What?
moved on. Oh, it's trying.
Oh, what? It's gone up at the top now.
Yeah, it's up at the top.
But I bet it... What? Applications? It's got it all back.
They've come back.
What? This is indestructible.
They've decided that they'll come back for a
So
visit.
Tiny Core is indestructible.
And a lot of these have they've come back a little bit. So maybe this time
You have to delete
you have
everything.
to get rid of everything completely.
So it probably doesn't let you do the...
Maybe not the actual... See the ones that have kind of drive type things, just the folders.
Well, this one
It gets
doesn't
angry.
even...
But try and get rid of the USR folder. Do you think it'll be destroyed, or do you think
Well,
it'll
I'm
be...
deleting as many things as I can so it will be destroyed.
Remember when you were trying to delete stuff from Windows 2000 that first time? You delete stuff like the calculator, then 10 seconds later it would reappear there. You delete things and it just reappeared.
Yeah, this is...
It feels a bit similar to that, but this kind of reappeared after a reboot. Okay, now you can try root.
I'm going to delete it in here.
Well, that's the same thing, but okay.
Doesn't let you.
What about the init? You can delete that file.
There's nothing in it.
No, init. It's not because it's a file. There's nothing in files. It wasn't a folder, basically. Okay, so those you might have to keep. Okay.
Yep, okay.
Okay, so let's try for a reboot now. So it's now going to reboot. What do you think will happen?
Well, it's still got the root thing there, so maybe it will reboot, but there'll be nothing really on the screen except the little icon, tiny core, in the middle.
Well, let's see.
And it won't have any taskbar or...
Let's see if that's the case. Setting up hard disks, fstab, checking for extensions. Now, if this doesn't work, what's your next idea?
To get up and walk out.
Welcome back.
And then it's gone out of my life. There
Welcome
we go.
back.
Oh no, it's at the top now.
What?
It's there.
They've all come back.
Oh, it's indestructible.
They've all come back. Welcome back.
What's the point of being able to move them to the trash if you're not able really to move them to the trash?
So-
Maybe I have to delete the trash.
No.
Empty the trash.
What is the famous thing you always type in? What's the famous command? You know it. You can destroy anybody's Linux computer with it. Close, close. You actually, from memory, it's RF like that.
Oh,
But
it's not that either.
no, I think it's
because this
RM.
operating system is indestructible.
No, did that actually?
Tiny core is hardcore because you can't destroy it.
Wait, see, I think we need some.
This is really hardcore now. Look.
Okay, look, sudo rf. This is me trying now. I'm trying to remember that exact command. Is it a little dash rf? Okay, let's go into the IceCat search.
He doesn't really look like an ice cat. He looks more like a blue cat.
rmrf slash. That's what we forgot. Okay.
Just copy it.
rmrf slash. Here we go. Now that should have worked, but it's saying
Not permitted.
maybe let's just the terminal. Oh, bye terminal. It's not opening. Oh, look, the ice menu is completely gone. Look. Okay, so we're now going to simulate a reboot once again. Notice that your background's gone, by the way.
Yeah. That was gone ages ago.
Okay. Simulating a reboot. Will it boot? There we go. So
Yep.
the famous RMRF did it again.
But it would have to be a capital R in the second bit with a
I don't know
slash.
if it had to be I know it probably had to have that slash. I don't even remember the command that well now. But anyway, there we go. You have successfully... Well, it was kind of me in the end trying to search.
I've successfully watched the
It being
operating being destroyed.
Exactly. And it wasn't just destruction, this video. I mean, we could have just gone straight away. Open the terminal, first thing we did, and just done
Wouldn't
it.
have been much of a video.
It wouldn't have been much of a video, so we actually got to not only destroy it, but try it out as well. Overall, is that an operating system you would recommend to your friends?
Only if they had not a very powerful computer that was really slow, yeah.
Okay, great. Overall, just if you want my opinion of Tiny Core, I feel like they're trying to make it so tiny that there are so many bugs. Like, even in this video, if you followed through what I did with Tiny Core Linux 4.2, it wouldn't work. I did a few things that made it, this video kind of showed you how things were supposed to work and stuff, but there are a lot of bugs that won't work. Like, if you got the latest version of Tiny Core now, installed the Ice Window Manager, it would have an empty list of programs. You could install Firefox and a bunch of things, it'd be an empty list of programs, because there's a bug where the script that actually populates the program menu doesn't work and stuff like that. So this was Tiny Core Linux. You got to kind of see it, how it actually is supposed to be used, and how customizable it is, and what it's all about.
And then if you don't like it, how to get rid of it.
And how to get rid of it, that is right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time on OS First Timer.
See ya.